Ellisha Bourne with Gru Organics. And we actually will be pitching at Inventures for those of you that are familiar. So this is a little bit of a trial run for us. The demand for hyperlocal has become more urgent and apparent than ever with growing food supply chain challenges and declining environmental conditions. Because of this, governments and media are cautioning imminent food shortages. Now, vertical farming seems to fit the bill with its ability to produce more food in tighter spaces using fewer resources, and it seems to be taking off everywhere but Canada. Governments and investors aren't getting behind, and that's because behind the romance of the model, it's not quite feasible here. It mostly boils down to land and heat. So first, it's extremely expensive to go and either acquire the land or pay the leasing required to go and house these commercial scale facilities. And then in Canadian climates, which tend to be quite cold, it's extremely expensive to go and heat these year round. So what you're seeing is costs that just aren't justified by the returns. Gru Organics makes local food production feasible. We treat waste as a resource, leveraging the waste heat and CO2 emissions from existing heavy industry operations, allowing us to drop our overall operating costs while also reducing the environmental footprint of the model. And because of the abundance of these sites across Alberta, we have the opportunity for scale, creating actually a food production ecosystem within Alberta. So in action, we go and co-locate our vertical farming facilities with existing heavy industry operations, maybe natural gas, power, geothermal, to name a few. We take in their CO2 and waste heat, allowing us to drop our overall operating costs by about 40%. We then directly distribute product to market, focusing specifically on local grocery stores, restaurants, and health-conscious food delivery platforms. And the result is a vertical farming model that's actually profitable. So we believe we've got the market-leading IP. We've gone to our customers to confirm demand and contracts at the time of commercial development. We have 3 commercial projects lined up. We've secured funding for the first, and best case scenario, if all supply chain timelines go according to plan, we will begin site development by November. So at this point, what we're now looking for is farmers and operators to come in and partner with us in the operation of future facilities, and also more project basis investors for the next projects. We've got a diverse background of skills on our team, from previous founding knowledge, top horticultural knowledge, engineering, and everything in between. And we believe that because of this background that's so well versed, we have a strong capacity to go and fulfill the projects that we have on the horizon. So imagine if we could go and capitalize on all of the industry surplus that we're seeing from heavy industry, energy, specifically natural gas, using this surplus to go and spur the development of a new industry within Canada, which would be food production. Therefore, capitalizing on the present to feed the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellisha. First of all, I ask, does anybody have any questions? Okay, I'll ask one question. You mentioned you are looking for farmers to partner with. Have you looked at approaching any of the farmer member organizations?
No, we actually haven't. So that would be a good recommendation to check out.
And you said you have a 40% OPEX advantage. Do you have you done any engineering studies that support that number? How do you come up with that number?
Sure. So there's quite a bit of data now available across industry. So we've gone and taken a look at all of the industry averages. So you're able to go and access all of these through the Hort Council for Canada. So we've gone and checked out all of the industry averages, checked, double checked, triple checked our numbers and have gone and compared them. And so because we're able to go and take out the leasing and the heating, we're able to go and reduce the costs by about 40% as opposed to what you'd be paying if you were just operating a regular commercial facility.
And in your process of using waste heat, does it involve any proprietary technology at all, or?
No, so what it's basically a series of heat exchangers, and we typically look at ORC for that. So it's commonly used across energy and oil and gas, and so now we're just going and applying it to vertical farming, which is a relatively novel concept, although it is seen a lot in Europe. So if you're familiar with Vermilion Energy, they've gone and done this with tomato farmers out in Europe to achieve the same thing.
Okay. Are there any other questions?
I'm just wondering, Elisha, you've got a good team there. You made a great start. Is there any kind of expertise that you're looking for to help build up your set of advisors as you grow? You've got a lot going on right now. I'm just wondering if there's any particular angle that you want some help with in terms of expertise.
Yeah, so we are looking to grow our advisory board a little bit and bring in maybe seasoned agricultural previous founders or even just agricultural knowledge. So we do have a great production manager who's been kind of across the industry, but we're looking to kind of fuse that horticultural knowledge and talent with the actual business knowledge of what it takes to go and deploy these vertical farming operations.
Great. And is there any, just touching on Darren's point, any angle to get some intellectual property that you could protect to give you an edge over the competition?
Sure. So we actually have gone in, we've developed an in-house proprietary technology. So it kind of is the next revision on the vertical farming technology that you see for these controlled containerized vertical farming environments. So we have developed this. Now it needs about 1 to 2 years of R&D before we can go and commercially deploy it. So we actually have a great strategic partnership with another manufacturer for vertical farming technology just for the time being and for these first few projects before we can phase in our actual growing technology into these commercial facilities.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
I think there's another question actually, Darren, from NAFA. Or, yeah.
Ellisha, are your systems automated? And if so, is it proprietary, off the shelf? Could we connect? And that's from NAFA.
Sure. So the in-house proprietary technology that we've developed is automated. And then the other system that we're going with just off the shelf for now until our technology is ready commercially is not automated. And absolutely, anybody wanting to connect is free to message me here. Just put my email there.
Awesome. Thank you very much.